Now, I have said this and I will say it again. I am officially considering very, very much to move to South Africa. And the reason is because the women of South Africa have decided that equality cannot be equality if some things are not put straight. So in South Africa, polygamy, which is men marrying more than one woman, is actually allowed. It's a practice that is not, frowned upon. Try that in Kenya, all the men shall be dead. But that's Kenya. So South Africans have been okay with having more than one wife. But then the women are like, kwani rights zetu zinaendanga wapi? Our rights have not left the group. And they have decided that they're going to vie and try and get the president to pass a bill that will allow for polyamory. Polyamory is a situation where a woman has more than one husband. So I'm just saying, a girl likes her man. I like my man tall, dark, and handsome. I like my men however they look. But if they come in twos, call me there.
Yeah.
They don't even need a mkutano. Now the problem is, how do I convince my man to move with me to South Africa so we can have a whole situation? I don't know whether that's an allowed thing. And honestly, I know even now as he's watching this show, he's just going, girl, what are you talking about? Because it would never happen. But trust me, I will find a way. I'm trying now to start to have a PowerPoint presentation about why we should move to South Africa.
Like the African man has such a huge ego that I'm even shocked that this is something that they're trying to pass in South Africa of all places. You know what I mean? Even if you're able to pass and legalize this, I want to know how many South African men are going to be like, yeah, I'm her third husband, I'm her fourth husband, I'm the fifth husband. Like the fact that you'd have to find, it would be a really hard task to find a man who is willing to be the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth husband. And then at the same time, now, does that mean now the roles have changed? Now because I have multiple husbands, am I now taking care of those multiple men? You know what I mean? Is it now my duty to make sure that everybody is financially okay? Like, you know how like in the Muslim culture and everything, or even in the African culture, when a man marries many wives, he has to take care of all of those wives. So now when you're the woman and you've married many men, because I can only see a situation where these are a bunch of little boys that want a sugar mommy and they're willing to be wife number 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the only way it's going to happen, because no man that's like, the typical egotistical African man wants to be the second wife, and if you want him to take care of you, he is not going to be the second or third husband as well. So it sounds good in theory, just because there's a little bit of looseness in some people's DNA.
It is true, yeah.
But I don't think it can actually work out in real life.
It is true. Women want equality, but I had not thought about that. Like, am I going to now take care of my two husbands or not? Or are they now going to take care of me? And you know what? There's been this trend where people are asking for DNA tests. So now what's going to happen if I happen to leave my first husband? So is he like going to ask for DNA tests for all the kids, or what's going to happen? I do not know about that. But for me, I don't, I would want to have more than one husband.
Hallelujah.
Just to experiment, to go to experimental. And let me tell you, people are still doing this. It's not in the law, but ladies are dating more than one person. So what's the difference? The certificate, or having children, or their consent? What's the difference?
It's a whole lifelong agreement. Like, people are out here being loose, but like, can you imagine now? Like, okay, one man is hard enough.
No, one woman is hard
enough. Now imagine adding 2 or 3 or 4 of them. Maybe I can.
No,
all I want
women
to
are
know
more hectic than men.
I just want to know, because it's sharing all the love, all the responsibilities. Just we're sharing everything, right?
Yeah.
So the part when your boyfriend decides that day he doesn't want to give her cuddles because it's too hot in that bed, you just moved on to the next one. As in, surely these are problems we can handle very quickly.
And also problems come double. Yeah, it's fun, and also it has a flip side.
Right, fine. You make a good point.
And you know what, guys? If you've not been on Twitter, or if you're not on Twitter, you're missing out, because